Hello everyone, in this video we are going to learn what a purpose statement is and how it's different with a research question. It's better to define what a purpose statement is, and according to Creswell 2012, it is a statement that advances the overall direction of the study. It is usually written in one or two sentences. It appears to both qualitative, or even in a mixed method study. So even if your research focuses or uses a qualitative or a quantitative or a mixed methods research approach, it needs to have a clear purpose statement. A purpose statement is not a research question. So what do I mean by this? When you develop your research question, typically it is phrased in an interrogative type of sentence. However, a purpose statement is phrased in a declarative form. A purpose statement will highlight the purpose, will highlight the scope, and will also highlight the direction of your research study. So you remember these three key elements on the content of your purpose statement. It needs to capture the purpose or the scope and the direction of your research study. As you can see, the common phrases or words that appears in developing or framing your purpose statement may include this study examines, the purpose of this study is to, this study aims to. Others also use the phrase, the purpose of this study is twofold, to blank and blank. This study will describe the main thrust. Again, it's the main thrust of this study is to. So these are just some of the common beginnings that are used by the researchers when they develop their purpose statement. Again, a purpose statement is not a research question. So I will show you now a guide on how you are going to develop your purpose statement. I will show you here a sample guide in developing your purpose statement. So the first cue here we have, use the term quantitative or qualitative. Number 2, use quantitative terms such as determine, predict, correlate, associate, or compare. And then if you are doing a qualitative type of research, you may use these words, explore, discover, understand, and describe. So if you are doing a quantitative research and then the purpose statement is, for example, this quantitative study wants to understand or wants to discover. So there might be inconsistencies in the use of the terms in phrasing your purpose statement. So for quantitative, again, use the word determine, predict, correlate, associate, compare, and these terms for qualitative. Number 3 is you need to describe the central phenomenon or the target of the research. So what is the research issue all about? What's the central idea of doing this research paper? Number 4, you need to state the participants. Participants for qualitative and respondents if you're doing a quantitative, and you may also highlight where the study will be conducted or the study site. Again, use the term quanti or qualitative or the quanti and qualitative research design. Number 2, use quantitative terms such as determine, predict, correlate, associate, or compare. For qualitative, you use the term explore, discover, understand, and describe. After that, describe the central phenomenon, state the participants or the respondents, and you may also include the study site. So let us have here an example for us to appreciate the reflected guide in the previous slide. We have here a title, Attitude and Willingness on COVID-19 Vaccination Among Public Secondary School Teachers in Davao City, a binary logistic regression model. So we are going to dissect now the sample purpose statement one by one. The first highlighted word here is the word quantitative study. So in our guide, the first suggestion is to highlight the use of the design or the approach. So in this case, the researcher will be using a quantitative approach in the conduct of this research study. And after that one, the correct use of the terms or term. So in this case is to determine, or the term highlighted is to determine. After is the factors that will influence individuals' willingness to get vaccinated. This is now your central phenomenon. This is the central idea in doing this type of research. Another suggestion is also to highlight the participants or respondents. So in this case, the respondents are the public secondary school teachers, and the setting is in Davao City. So this is a sample purpose statement for a quantitative type of study. I'll repeat, mention the word quantitative study or the quantitative or the qualitative study research design. The use of terms or words to determine, because this is quantitative. The central idea is determining the factors that will influence individuals' willingness to get vaccinated. The respondents are the public secondary school teachers in Davao City as the site. So this is a sample purpose statement for a quantitative type of study. Another sample statement here, determinants of students' academic performance among STE students, or determinants of academic performance among STE students in Davao region, a regression analysis. So this descriptive predictive study, so this is a quantitative research design, will be conducted to determine, the use of word to determine, the factors that will affect students' academic performance among science, technology, and engineering students in Davao region. So the highlight of the central idea, determining the factors that will affect students' academic performance. The respondents are the STE students, and the site is in Davao region. What about for a qualitative type of research? Psychological threats of COVID-19 survivors in narratological inquiry. So this is a sample purpose statement for a qualitative study. The purpose of this narrative study, this is the use or highlight of the qualitative research design. The term to explore, again the term to explore. The main idea or the central phenomenon is the psychological threats throughout the disease crisis. Who are the participants? COVID-19 survivors. Where is the setting? In Hospital A. So I'll repeat. This is the use of the one highlighted in color blue is the qualitative research design. The correct or the consistency on the use of the term explore, not determine, not predict, not correlate. Psychological threats throughout the disease crisis, that's the central phenomenon. The participants are the COVID-19 survivors, and the setting is in Hospital A. Another example for a purpose statement is taken or lifted from this title, Struggles of Mobile Teachers in Davao City, a Phenomenological Study. So this is the sample purpose statement. Let's dissect each parameters or elements here. The phenomenological study, it's the qualitative research approach. The use of or the highlight of the word to understand instead of stating to correlate or to predict, which is quantitative in nature. The central phenomenon or the central idea is the instructional struggles. Who are the participants? Mobile teachers. Where? In Davao region. Again, in this video, we learned how to develop our purpose statement.